Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. The setup is kind of tight. It's kind of tight. Let's see if I can, there we go. I'm going to change it anyway. Welcome to the Lumiere channel. Hey, how you doing? Love in the coming days guidance, just a little bit of something, for the channel. If none of these resonate, please don't force yourself to like listen to any of them. If they do, if you do, it might apply something, you listen loosely with something in the background. I've already shuffled the cards behind the scenes because I am kind of pressed for time, so it's gonna go fairly fast. I hope to do something a little more my usual style or leisurely later. So pick a card between, or color between pink, orange, green, or this pile, or this pile, whichever one speaks to you. If none of them do, save this video, remember it for next time, and come back to the channel and pick one. Otherwise, I have a lot of other videos which you may have already watched or not watched before. Check those out in the pick a card playlist, because I can almost promise you one of those will resonate and it'll be like your situation for what you need to hear for today. So without further ado, I will start with orange, and the timestamps will be in the description box. And thank you. So, hey orange, how are you? How are you? Welcome to your reading. Your reading was really interesting, shuffling off camera. I got You're Not Ready in this deck in the reverse, and I got from my other deck the Oracle, the Arrows, the Love Oracle, or I don't know what it's called in English, I don't know, I forget. I got Dissatisfaction. So I feel like really this reading is giving me more of a present look into a little bit more predictive-y than guidance-y, but there is going to be some guidance here for you. So in true to form, to those other messages, here's a deeper look into what that means for you here in the coming days. And more so importantly, what your guidance means when it comes to love in the coming days. You have exchanging gifts in the reverse. You have Morrigan, death and magic in the reverse. The protection, excuse me. You have fork in the road in the protection, and you have yes in the protection. So I feel like something's afoot. Something isn't as... I want to try to actually speak on my instinct, my intuition, more these days. So let's just have at it and let the chips fall where they will. It's either for you or it's not, or for you for now or for you for then. I don't know. I just do it and just let the cookies fall where they will. It feels like some things in your world may not be going as well as you would like them to be in love. Whatever that means for you, and there is something sort of rotten, something that is maybe even expired, something that in your love life that isn't yummy. It's old, it's decaying, it's dying, dare I say it. And that is inadvertently good news. Right now, you may not be feeling that it is good news. You may not really be recognizing it as good news because of what the smell is like, how uncomfortable it is, and how just grody and nasty it might be. If this isn't an is, this could be, again, love in the coming days. This might be what it might be like for you in the coming days. How you might be feeling, or some aspect of it might be like that for you. However, I do want to say with this yes in the reverse, it feels like yes, definitely not now. Definitely not in the coming days. But the fact that it's yes, and the fact that you're not ready came out, tells me that something will come in the future. Something will come to fruition in the future. Essentially, it's like a love hug. from like your guardian people, angels, spirits, whatever, kind of saying like, yeah, things right now are icky. They're sticky, icky, ooey gooey. They're yucky. They don't feel good. They don't look good. They're just unpalatable. It's kind of gross. And you might have your hands tied a little bit, or you're just not even making a decision to move forward. And with the you're not ready, it can almost be like, yes, you want to get out of the situation, or yes, you want to move past the situation, but now may not be the time with the you're not ready from before, and you're going to be dissatisfied because it almost feels like things aren't in your control as best as you would like them to be, which for me, I know is like a massive trigger. Like, I do not like that. So, but I do want to let you know that with this, there's a certain Tinkerbell dust sort of sprinkled on this, which tells me that, yeah, right now in the coming days, it may not be the most beautiful thing. It may just be really lackluster, on the lighter note of things, or just more grody and just nasty and gross in the next coming days on the farther side of things. But either way, for the entire spectrum, it's not in a situation that they would like. And they're sort of stuck in making moves. Some of you, for a tiny bit of you, there is some decisions that you could make, but they're hard to make. It's a bit of a difficult one because, you know, such is life. And there's a part of you that some of you might be giving too much energy to something and may need to look into pulling back. I am going to read these two for you. I'm definitely going to read these two for you. And some of you might be not giving enough energy to letting something just die, right? Letting something just move on so that the Tinkerbell dust can settle on something fresh. It can settle on the severed wound. I will say though, again, the light in this one and the guidance is, if that is something that you are feeling, then you are on the right track to your yes. You are on the right track to things feeling better in love, and things looking better and brighter in love. And that I definitely can feel with this one. So that's beautiful here. I like that. I'm going to read to you exchanging gifts in the protection. Be careful what you pray for, because you just might get it and then realize you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. So maybe for some of you, this is a situation in your love life, whatever's affecting it, that you have secretly wanted, and now that it's here, you're just kind of like, oh, you know, it's a lot more real than you would have liked it to be. So if you are someone who's experiencing a good romantic connection in this time, one that does feel good, but there's something that there's a severance in there, so that means like a cutting of something. It might just be having to die to the current circumstances, whatever they may be, and choosing to, I don't like this because it's not a comfortable situation, but choosing to lean into the discomfort and going along with it. And maybe that is the choice that you need to make, or have to, that's brought upon you. You may find yourself in a situation you've always desired, but no, you will have to walk away from, or even fail at, because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears the cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here, and this is the one that I wanted to look into, is it reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life, where you find yourself in victim mode, in a codependent dynamic, or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Be aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result. And I do believe that flourishing is a part of what it could be for you, given the hard thing that you may have to do. And I want to read the Morrigan for you as well, and then I gotta keep it moving. I like Morrigan because she gives us a task in the end. She says, magic is everywhere, including death, dying, and decay. What is dark and deep, hidden within our very natures? Okay. In our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the area in your life that no longer serve that need to die, without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? Like the caterpillar who has no idea how to be a butterfly, you must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle at the same time, not demanding certainty. And that's hard. The magical death goddess Morrigan offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How far has fear ruled your choices? How could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms during the coming days? Your magic is stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dreams depend on it, right? The yes that's in the waiting. Morgan will be with you every step of the way. So I wish you everything. I wish you luck. Keep your light on and good luck, okay? Hey there, Green. How are ya? So let's get this party moving. You have co-create, thinker, and Demeter, nurturer, in the protection here, and this thinker in the protection as well. I feel like for you, love in the coming days is to, your guidance for that is to, like, this is like pretty much what it is, wait, but it's more so, also using the time that you're waiting wisely, using the time to attend to other areas of your life, other areas of your being, like your creative side. What is creative to you? Is it sewing? Is it knitting? Is it learning a new instrument? Is it doing DIY stuff around the house or in your workspace? Is it makeup? Is it grooming yourself? You know, what lights you up in the ways of creativity? What can you create? What can you work on with your hands? To use that as like a zone out tool. But yeah, I think this is appropriate for this one. Sometimes zoning out can be a form of just sort of blocking and stuffing our own emotions. But in this case, yes, using something else to just sort of redirect your energy, redirect your energy pretty much, because you might be thinking too much and you may have entered a sense of analysis paralysis, and you're trying to concoct different ways and this and that, and it's like, bro, the situation in the coming days right now is just not conducive to that. And so in the meantime, while you're trying to concoct things, or while you're waiting for the clouds to part and things to be a little bit better, a more workable situation rather, you gotta give your mind a rest, do something creative, exercise, meditate, and an answer will come to you through those things, right? An answer will come to you. So nurture yourself, I would say. With Demeter here, I want to read her to you. Demeter? She says, do you sometimes overgive to people until you're on an empty well? Perhaps you've attracted others who are needy and want you to look after them. Or you might be in a pattern of people-pleasing because you're afraid to set boundaries. There is a sticky quality to connections based on this need and to be needed. Although the possible repercussions for setting boundaries are in your mind, your body holds on to fear tightly. So it can be scary to change. No one wants to admit that they are manipulative or codependent, huh? Are you trying to think of different ways to make things happen? But it's important to be honest about where you find yourself now. That's beautiful. The meter knows the price of this being, as it caused her to lose something so dear to her. Now she has come to show you another way. Your alignment task, Green, is to recognize that it's time to step back. Wait, okay? To step back even from thinking too much. Take a breath. Say no to the behaviors and people you know are draining you. It's that simple. It says it's simple, but it's always not that easy. So give yourself that grace, but also know that sometimes it is those things that we just need to do in order to move forward, or to even just be at peace and be present with where we are, especially when it comes to our love life, especially for you in the coming days. Okay. The divine is the one with the plan. Gather your love, your nourishment, and your self-worth. Choose how you nurture and how you want to receive it. You are so loved when the goddess Demeter brings you nurturing energy to help you course correct. So before you act, before you do much of anything else, just sort of pause in the coming days when it comes to your love life. Just don't think about it too much, or at least redirect your thinking to something more conducive. I would say work with your hands. If this means cleaning, do it. I think I'm seeing just hands. Obviously, I talk with my hands. I'm seeing hands. I'm seeing you finicking with stuff, and this could be anything. This could be an instrument. This could be cleaning. This could be brushing. This could be washing clothes by hand. This could be, decluttering. This could be anything that looks like you taking care of you and using your body to your hands to move through this energy in the coming days, whatever the coming days brings for you. Okay, that's your guidance. I really hope that it helps in some kind of way. Keep your light on, honey, and good luck. Hey, Pink, what is love for you? Your love guidance in the coming days. Let's look at it. All right, honey. So you have never ending story, and the rest of the cards are in the protection, recovery in the protection, by the book in protection, and Ishtar in protection. Ishtar talks about communion. So yeah, I mean, given the time that you may be watching this in, there is stuff about recovery. There is stuff about never ending story. When will things end? When will we be able to commune better, more fully, be with each other more fully in this time? Presence, true presence, is something that we are craving in some way. When it relates to your love life, there may be a part of you that in the coming days may feel lack, may feel that things won't get better, and that this is how things will be. And it's just your mind has sort of done a deep dive on panic, or fear, or lack. I would say take a breath. Definitely take a breath. You may have come from something or experiencing something that is affecting your love life in a way that makes you feel those things, and recognize it. Just also know that while you're giving your soul and your thoughts and your mental state to things not working out, things being in lack, things feeling like they won't ever get better, my challenge to you, or what it's looking like here, is in the coming days after you've passed through that phase, as you are in that phase, let yourself know that once this air of energy has passed you, so I'm thinking like, I don't know about you, but 2-3 days, something like that, then you give that same amount of energy to hope. You give that same amount of energy to letting yourself feel radically crazy about things getting better in your love life, and that somehow whatever situation you find your love life in right now is actually a massive, to borrow Joe Ostin's words, a setback for setting you up for a massive comeback. And that's where I think this by the book in protection is. By the book in protection talks about being just freaking radical. And I feel like this is gonna be in the recovery of your love life. It being just ridiculous. It being just so through the roof, stars shooting, Tinkerbell busting through the sky in clouds. I don't know why Tinkerbell's on my mind today. But that level of hope and newness rejuvenated in your spirit. So yes, you know what? take the time to heal, take the time to dip, take the time to feel the lows and the lack. Because once that is done, take the time to rejoice in a future that's not yet in front of you. Take the time to celebrate in that. And yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. Take the time to communicate. But I am going to read this here for Ishtar. Ishtar Communion says the alignment message is when you refuse to see the signs, it can ultimately take you down a path you really don't want to be on. When red flags indicate something is not quite right, it's not a sign to jump in with both feet. It says this is not for you. This is not yet. This is to be revealed. If you choose to move forward stubbornly, you could find yourself back in an old lesson you'd rather not face again. When you are attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say, the oracle said this wasn't in my best interest, but I'm going to do it anyway. We've all been there. The truth is that the goddess Ishtar is offering this alignment task for you now. Trust that the wisdom in the universe will provide with perfect form, but in divine timing. This means you might have to wait for a while. Reconnect to your partnership with the goddess and trust that you will not be left behind. This connection is at the core of everything. And it's true. So I would say, from what I'm looking at here, give up. I don't know why I said that. It's always so weird when like you're watching a reading and someone says that and you're like, oh, but there's something that you sort of have to die to, something that you have to sort of give up on. And I believe the thing that you have to give up on that is making you in the coming days feel some type of way, sorrowful, a story of the lack and darkness is, I'm getting someone being slowly covered by dark. And that's like if you're going to bed and you're covering your head, you know, and all the light is slowly going. But really the imagery that I'm getting is the cliche, overused, but still so like pertinent imagery of this caterpillar that's slowly spinning its own spirally web of darkness until it's everything, the light is completely taken and it's in this dark, sorry about my nails, it's in this dark womb cocoon. And it's, for us as human beings, it's darkness. It's scary. It's nothing. It's scary. Give up and give in. I don't want to say give into the darkness. Like give into listening to those thoughts. Listen to them, but know that that's a part of your recovery. Because as you are listening to them, there's a part of you that's sort of churning. There's a part of you that is peeling away. There's a part of you that's growing. And once that part of you of, oh, woe is me, woe is this situation, this will da 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 da, whatever you're telling yourself, it's a reverse way of recovery. Like it's like 2 steps back to like leap the fuck forward, right? So if that is happening for you in the coming days, lean into that, give into that, hug yourself, be with yourself. Make yourself a cup of tea, hold yourself, watch some stuff, hug yourself, and know in the back of your mind that there will be a shooting star bursting through to break the cocoon, to, you know, the sun will shine and you'll still see the shine through the blankets covered over your head. And that'll be the time when you will be in a better state of mind and you will have actually shed what you needed to have shed. That's your last hurrah with those thoughts, because now you'll be entering into, that's really powerful, wow, you'll be entering into a phase where you're radically thinking and you're radically just knowing deeply inside of you that things will be better, and in fact much better than you would have thought they would be in your love life in the coming days. So I hope this served you in some type of way. These readings were interesting. So in any case, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Feel free to check out the rest of the channel and keep your light on as always, and good luck. Bye bye.